survived. They're all here. Okay, so another quick show of hands. How many people have had that as their first breakout room experience in their lives? Anybody? Oh, terrific. Okay, and you survived. It's actually kind of like Star Trek, you know, when you get teleported to another place and then get brought back. So welcome back from the breakout room. We have a moment or two to check in before we go on. So so I'd like to throw out the question to everybody that is there anything in your particular group that you notice that you all have in common? There doesn't have to be, and even if there was, you don't have to share it if you don't want to. But I'll take one or two or three quick comments, and this is like really a sentence. If anybody would like to share what they have in what they noticed that everyone in their breakout room shared or had in common, and you'd have to unmute yourself if you do.
Remember to raise your hand in cyberspace over at the bottom of the participant window.
Exactly. We're switching over from old technology, the real hand, to new technology. So I see, and again, to do this, you have to open the participants panel, which you find at the bottom of the Zoom screen. And I see the first hand up already, Jane Shevtsov, who is on our board. So Jane, if you'd unmute yourself and let us know what all of you folks had in common.
I noticed that we were all women.
Oh, okay, great. Terrific. Well, that's very good news because for the longest time, the whole movement has been mostly populated by old white guys. So to be able to have a whole breakout room full of women is a good thing. That's progress. Anybody else who wants to share anything in common in their group, just raise your hand. Oh, Jerry, okay.
Yeah, I found that a lot of people mentioned the name of someone that they knew in Citizens for Global Solutions or in the movement that brought them in. And that was kind of interesting. They mentioned how they got involved and they would mention a particular person's name that was influential and bringing them into the ideas.
Cool. So more by word of mouth than seeing something in a newspaper or another way.
Yes.
Terrific. Anyone else? Just raise your hand in cyberspace. I see David Gallup, another board member.
Saving the world.
Everyone wants to save the world. Okay, terrific. That's great. I think everybody does, but we have a plan, which is not a bad thing. And we'll take one more if there's anybody else who wants to raise their hand in cyberspace. Going once, going twice. Okay, well, we have no other takers, which is fine because it's time to transition to the next part. So Simon, I see you're waving your hand in real life. We'll take you as the last word.
I tried, you see my hand is up there. It's sort of, you know, in cyberspace, but it took time to get there. You see it?
Actually, I don't, but if you wanted to say what all the people had in common, you can go ahead.
Yes. We all wanted this vision and mission to be successful and see what part we can play in it. And we also realized that on the way to a world federalist movement and its realization, we may have to go through different stages of achievement before we get there, which was encouraging.
Okay, thank you, Simon. Okay, and if I again could remind everyone, which we'll do periodically, that once you've spoken, please put yourself back on mute so we don't hear the kids crying or the lawnmower going and all that stuff. So perfect. So I'm going to invite everybody to take a moment. This is not a break, but just to either stretch, take a deep breath. If you have something by your side, you can take a drink.